Hello, YouTube. Like, subscribe, and share. All right, it's a beautiful, beautiful day here, man. I mean, it's got a cool little breeze. Sun's out. It's beautiful. I got to go to the convenience store to grab something real quick, so I thought I'd walk and make a little video real quick. Well, let's talk about my favorite being in the whole world to talk about. Who could that be? Could it be? I don't know. Satan, maybe. Let's talk a little bit about Lucifer. Oh, Lucifer. Well, we talked about some of the ways that they recruit, right? Now, think about it. He's very smart. Of course, he wants some good, smart people, right? So that's why, of course, they go hunt at the Ivy League schools that he set up first as Bible schools, okay? As you know that, right? All the Ivy League schools were first to teach theology and divinity in that, okay? And those are the schools then that he set up for that, is actually where his hunting grounds for his just for a large portion of the people that he was recruiting to be in America. You understand how he did that? Let's use the Bible colleges for that, okay? So we've got that. We also know that the children stars that are like Disney and the Nickelodeon stuff. Do you understand that the psychology of that? They take these kids that come out of nowhere, all right, and they make them famous. They're big stars, man, and all these adults are just at their feet and just they treat them like and they're making all this money and they're supporting their whole fucking family. Okay, these kids are, all right, and then they get to the end of it and they've grown out of it. They've grown up. They're not a kid anymore. So then that's when they come to them. Well, you want to continue and you want to go on as an adult. Well, then you're going to make the deal. Now, depends on the family. They got to know how to feel them out. Sometimes they'll let the kids initially, they'll hook them up at first with some of it as an adult, and then they'll threaten to rip it away again. Or they go right from the kid star to, well, you need to make the deal now or you're out. It's just, it depends. It depends on how much money making potential that these people have. There's a lot of things factored into it, how they make these decisions of what they're going to do. But eventually, and you notice all the kid stars, right? They're cute little kids, aren't they? Oh, and then all of a sudden, what happens? They switch them out to just being these really over sexualized freaks. Look at what they did with Miley Cyrus. Look what they did with Britney Spears. Look what they did with Christina Aguilera. They do it with all of them. That's what they do. And so these kids, you understand, are watching these children stars as kids, and the parents support everything. Oh, Hannah Montana. Oh, she's so great and wholesome. Then all of a sudden, these same kids, as your kids are the same age growing up with them, you get the game. Switch out into these mega sluts, or then JoJo Siwa's sexuality's all over the place, and then this and that, and they all are doing this for a reason. But that's how he recruits the children. Get it? Okay. Or also, when people come to town, like in LA, that's mostly where you go to break into music, or you break into the movies and all that. That's where you go. Okay, that's where all this devil shit's going on. A good majority of it. And as far as just recruiting and stuff. So they recruit through the Ivy League schools. Let's recap this. The Greek fraternities, those also, they do rituals and shit there too. They select people out of those fraternities, okay? They get people that they say are Luciferian bloodlines. Now, I have to tell you the truth about that, because that's another deception by Lucifer. But he'll approach these people and say, you have a Luciferian bloodline, which means you are related to the angels down the line. You've got angels' blood. They don't tell, oh, they're the evil fallen angels, but you've got angels' blood, and we're the ones running the world, and you're part of that. So you're with us, They tell them that. Now imagine being told that. And then they tell them this. They tell them what's going to happen with the big cataclysm, where it's going to end up being the elites rule, and then the poor people are basically going to be their slaves. So they tell them, do you want to be with us like you're supposed to be? That's your blood. That's what you are. And rule over where you're better than them. You have angelic blood. You have divine blood in you. You're better than them. Or do you want to be ruled over with them? What do you want to do? So there's that. There's people that are born into it and are told since they're children, well, we're part of this Luciferian bloodline, and we're better than everybody. We're better than the rest of these people. And if you're told that from a child, and your people are filthy rich, and you always just live in nice houses and the nicest cars, and you go to the best schools, you don't even mess around with other people. You don't mess around with normal people. And you have this thing where you think you're better than everybody, and that you're just a better race of people than them, almost. And they feel that way. They actually feel that way. If you're poor and uneducated, or you just don't, they feel that way about you. That we're just less and more. And so then Lucifer tricks a lot of people with this Luciferian bloodline shit. But I'm going to explain how that's a deception too when I talk about what really happened with Noah and what God really did with that, with the Great Flood. There's a lot to that, and I'm going to have to make a video on that pretty soon, because this is going to explain a lot about these deceptions. Because I think they just don't get it. Lucifer is Satan. He's the father of lies and the father of deception. Everything is a deception, and they know that because all these people are helping him take part in deception. But he uses the psychology of, he goes after the most arrogant, smart people, right? Arrogant, smart. Because they're so arrogant, they don't think for a minute that Lucifer's fooling them too in the end. Right? They're not looking at that. Oh no, they're too arrogant for that. Oh no. I'm on Lucifer's team. We're part of the elite. We're going to rule the world because he's the ruler of this world, and that's that. They believe this shit. When Lucifer and his angels know that Jesus is going to return, they know their days are numbered, and that's why they're really ratcheting up the evil shit now. But Lucifer and his angels have never told a single soul that Jesus is going to return and that they're going to be locked away. They don't tell anyone that because they want them to keep working at this goal, to keep working at this, and get it as far as they can. And he wants the most suffering, all this war. He wants people killed. He wants the population reduced and the digital prison. He wants it worked on and get it established as much as possible before Jesus returns. And they get locked away and Jesus reigns. And he'll have to undo all this shit. But Lucifer knows it. He knows the Bible better than anybody. He knows the truth. He doesn't know when. He doesn't know when Jesus will return, but he knows when that happens, he's going to be locked away. He knows that, and his days are numbered. Okay? But that's his last greatest deception. These people think that Jesus came, wasn't the Son of God, wasn't the Messiah, was just a loudmouth rebel causing trouble back in the day. That's what they say, and that he's of no consequence. He's not returned. He's of no. That's nothing. And they believe that. And he tells them that if you're with him, when you die, you're going to come back as your own God. And some of them are told they're going to get their own planet, just like the Mormons are told that. And the Scientologists, they all are told the same shit. You're going to get your own planet to rule over and have slaves that are, the profane souls, not the souls that are in our club. Do you understand? These are a lot of the big deceptions Lucifer has. But everything's a deception with him. He's the father of all deception. And the last great one is going to be when Jesus returns. He's just going to be like, well, you guys are on your fucking own. And you guys, Jesus is returning now to not only set up the utopia for everyone and reign for 1,000 years of peace and prosperity for everyone. Well, not like rich prosperity. I'm just talking about everything's going to be okay. But he's here to bring judgment. That's the main thing. He's here to judge the evil and the wicked and set this shit straight. Okay? All these evil politicians and all these people, they're going to be locked up by angels of the Lord, and they're going to have to come before Jesus when he returns. That is the wicked, judging of the wicked and evil and all that. This is a real thing, and it's going to happen. But, so these are the many ways. And again, the defilement rituals. I told you, they use those children. It makes the world go round because they do it to have it on file for blackmail over them. It's also a thing to, hey, are you really evil enough? Are you bad enough that you can do the worst thing is to kill the innocence, take the innocence from a child? Are you willing to do that? Are you evil enough to be with us? It proves that. It's something they sell the videos of them doing it. Remember, they sell the videos of them doing that to the children because these freaks want to see that. They're disgusting and evil freaks. Remember, they've also it's to hold over their head. And he tells them, if you defile children a lot, every time that you do it, you vampire or harness a part of the innocence of their soul leaves them. This is what they tell them. And when you're doing it, you take in some of that. You are harnessing their youth, the youthfulness of their soul, and it can make you live forever or make you young or make you even younger, is what they tell them. But you have to do it a lot. This is how terrible, disgusting this is. That's why these wealthy elites get these children and do this. They'll say the more you do it, you harness a little tiny bit of their innocence every time it's escaping their body. When you're violating these kids, their innocence is leaving their soul physically, they say, and that you can harness it and take it in and make you younger and vitality and all this shit. And they believe it. And they believe when they die that they're going to come back as their own God and be over all these people and all this. They actually believe this shit because he has deceived them in so many ways. And the last great deception is right before Jesus returns. He's probably going to tell them, oh, yeah, Jesus is returning. Good luck. Or something, and they're going to, because they don't believe in any of that. Okay? They don't believe that. They believe Jesus is already here. He's done his deal. That's it. Okay? So, last great deception is going to be when he turns on all of them. And I'm telling you, it's not going to be that much longer, guys. Things are heating up everywhere. Pay attention to what's going on with Russia. I hate to keep doing this. Please prepare for this. Clean water as much as you can get, and also a way to purify water. Some food, dry beans and rice, some canned goods, rudimentary medical supplies, okay? If you have wealth in the US dollar or in assets, turn it into gold and silver. Not certificates, not people that tell you, oh, we have a certificate, we're holding your gold and silver. Anytime you want it, we'll deliver it. No, not good enough. If you don't hold it, you don't own it with what's about to happen. Turn anything denominated in US dollars, please turn it into gold and silver. If you can cash in your 401ks or your retirement funds early, take the penalty, man. Take all the penalties in the world and turn that shit into and get it in gold and silver, and you hold on to it till this shit passes or whatever's going to happen. Because I'm telling you, man, the US dollar, they're about to make it worthless. They're about to crash at once at the most perfect point. They are going to sell. All these billionaires and millionaires are going to, on an automatic sell they have with AI, all of their stocks at once, okay? Sell. And the way the stock market works, guys, is this. A stock price is determined by this. If there's more people that put an order into, because you're trading. When you sell, you're selling it to another person. When you buy, you're buying it from another person. You're trading them. When there is more people requesting to buy than there are selling, then the price goes up, supply and demand. If there are more people putting requests in to sell than there are people buying, you understand the opposite is true. The price goes down. So when everyone puts an order in to sell it once, automatically with an AI software, it's going to plummet it down to nothing. And everyone's retirement plans are pegged to stocks and bonds. That's how they do it. That's how your thing grows. You guys know that. You people that have them that check your numbers going up and down, and you know when the stock market's good, you're good. They're going to plummet them to zero. They're going to steal everyone's retirement. And then that is, ladies and gentlemen, when it's going to get real fucking stupid. Because when everyone figures out there's not going to be any more jobs, they're taking them all, and robots are going to do it. And now they've stolen all our retirement plans we've worked for years and years for, and they're taking them. That's not going to work. That's when we're going to take it to the streets. And I'll see you in the next video.